I'm good. What about you?
I'm doing good too. Thank you. So, how was your day today?
It's normal day. And yours?
Okay, my day was good. A little tiring, but okay. So, normal day, as in what did you do? What do you do, by the way?
Actually, currently I'm applying for jobs. I passed out last
Okay,
year. I've done BTech in electronics branch.
BTech. All
Yeah.
right. Okay, great. So, right now, so what do you do every day, usually?
I'm reading books and practicing for interview and giving exams also for
Okay,
many
all right.
companies.
And where are you from?
I'm from Bihar. And you?
Bihar. Wow. So, I am from Kerala, but I was born and brought up in Bihar, in Patna. Where are you in Bihar?
Okay. Nearby Bihar, it's in Bihar Sharif, I think. If you heard, in Nalanda district.
Bihar Sharif. Okay. Nalanda. Okay. Wow. Nice. So I am currently in Delhi. I study here, so I'm in Delhi right now.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So did you go through the session document?
Yeah, I've read a few things about session.
All right. So today's topic is unexpected challenges, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So before we begin, can you tell me what does the topic mean? What are unexpected challenges?
When some challenges came, I think uh, when we are not ready for it, I think.
Hmm. Exactly. A challenge that comes by when we are not ready for it and when we were least expecting it. And how can you define a challenge?
Challenge means there is some work you have to do or succeed in some work. Success in some work, I
Challenge?
think. And you have to do, I think, some matlab, can say mm, currently I'm not getting that actually.
So, challenge is something like a difficult situation, right? Because if
Yes.
I right now, if I say that it is a challenge for me to pass the interview, to crack the interview, which means that it is difficult, right? You have to
Yes.
put in a lot of effort and hard work and all of that, right? So that is why it becomes a challenge. So, and if it is something very easy, you won't call it a challenge, right? So that is why challenge
Yeah.
is a difficult or tricky situation, right? So that's a challenge. Now, when you say unexpected challenges, it gets even more difficult. Okay, so that's what the topic
Yeah.
means. All right. Last month, early in the morning, you hear the doorbell ring. It is the police. You're arrested without any explanation, and you're not even given any reason for your arrest throughout the questioning, and you're not even told the charges. Okay? So that's the situation.
Okay.
Now, what will be your first reaction?
I was surprised, and I have to ask him that why you have arrested me
Okay? So,
continuously.
can you name the emotions that you would go through at that very point?
I think I will be shocked why this is happening with me.
Okay, you will be shocked. What else? I need you to name emotions.
So, I think
Just
I will
imagine,
be.
you are at your home and suddenly the police comes and, arrests you, and then everybody is looking at you, whispering amongst themselves as to what is happening, what did he do, and all of that. So, at that, throughout, what are the feelings that you would go through? What are the emotions that you would go through?
Actually, I didn't experience that, so I can't say anything.
No, you can always imagine stuff, right?
Yes, I think.
Okay, can you tell me, do you think you will feel embarrassed?
Yeah, somehow, because if I was guilty, I was guilty, then I feel embarrassed. But if I'm not
No,
guilty,
no, not in that sense. Obviously, you've not done anything, even you know that. But embarrassed, as in, you've been taken by the police till the jeep in front of everybody, and they're also, all looking at you. You know that you've not done anything, but the others will suspect you, right? That is why you're being taken by the police. So then that kind of a, feeling that, oh, why are they, taking me in front of everyone like this? So that kind of an embarrassment. It's not because you have done something. I mean, that is what I would feel. I mean, okay, if you think you won't feel embarrassed, then obviously that's what you will feel. So I won't know what you would. So, okay. All right. What else? One important emotion here is anxiety. Don't you think you will become very anxious?
I think somehow, but we have
What
to.
happens when you get anxious? What does anxiety do to you?
Actually, I think much about everything. That means that is an anxiety about,
So
about me.
basically, you'll have a, um, your heartbeat will increase, and then you will, you'll feel very nervous, and you'll start
Yeah.
sweating. All of that happens when you're anxious, right?
Yes.
When you have anxiety. And in such a situation, I think anxiety would be one of your major emotions. I mean, it would be for me,
Yeah.
of course. So
So many thoughts in my mind. Why this happening
exactly.
and this?
So that is what, see, I know this, you also know, but you need to bring these out and explain why. That is how you would
Yeah.
speak more, and you'll be able to express more. That is why I'm asking you, okay? So all right, you will be anxious, you'll be a little embarrassed, you'll be scared and shocked, surprised, and do you think you'll be a little angry?
Yeah.
Because
I will
as
angry
Indian
because
citizens, we
this
do have
this
the
is.
right to know why we're being arrested,
Yeah.
right?
Yes. Yes. This is not
And
a
you're
good.
not being
I
told
think.
anything.
Yeah. Good. This is not a good because this is not done by police. I think.
Exactly. So that is why you'll be a little angry, and also I think sad that
Yes.
such an impression is being created in other people's minds, and you had such a good reputation, and you don't know if that will be fixed or not. So a little bit, you'll be sad as well. There'll be sadness as well. So these are the emotions I think a person would go through, but again, it would differ from person to person. Right.
Yes.
Okay. Now, who would you call for help?
First, I will call my father or some brother,
Okay.
like that.
All right. Okay. Now let's assume you have a job, and that is when all of this happened. So basically, you'll have to take leave from work for maybe 1 or 2 days.
Mm.
So what will you tell your boss? How will you explain your absence at work?
I will tell truth. I think because if I tell him a lie, then this will uh, affect my work. I think in future, if he knows that this happened with
Okay.
me.
Okay. But if you tell him the truth, you know that
Yeah.
you've not done anything. But do you think your
Yes.
boss will believe you and he will trust you?
In some case, he will trust. I think. Depend on boss.
Yeah, exactly. Now that you don't have one, you just have to make it up. You have to imagine. So, okay, that makes sense. All right, so now you are not being released and you are also missing out on your work and all the other things. So, would you try to bribe the police to be released?
No, of course not. Because
Never.
if I'm not guilty, no, never. If I'm not guilty, then I will not do that.
Why?
Why? Because I think I know that truth will also be always be. I think.
Okay. Do you really think truth always wins?
Yeah, I mean, it takes time, but it comes out. I think someday,
Okay.
in some month, I think, but it's come out.
Do you think corruption is good sometimes?
No, not. It is always
Okay, why?
wrong. I think because this is not good. I think
You
for
think you're not
our
sure.
country. Yeah, I'm sure. Actually, this is not good for our country. I think.
Okay. All right. So, these fillers, I think it's more like a filler. Okay. You use that, like we say, it doesn't really have to make sense, but to fill in these, like, I was doing that. So, that's a filler, right? So, that is why I think you're also using, I think, as a filler. So, if you're sure about it, you should not use it. It will change the meaning, right? So, that is why I was pointing that out. And okay, I agree that yes, it is bad and it is bad for our country as well. And with that, we're at the end of the session. Time is almost up. Okay. So, do you have anything to
Okay.
ask or say before we end?
No, it's
All
all.
right. So, as far as your feedback is concerned, it was great talking to you. I really enjoyed. But I did notice one or two places where you were unknowingly saying Hindi words like matlab, and one or two places
Yeah.
where you were somewhere switching to Hindi. So you need to, be careful and not do that. Just try to speak
Okay.
continuously fully English. Okay. And just keep in mind a little bit of tense. That is important. Okay. Use the right tense. And I think that's it.
Okay.
Rest is good and everything will be fixed with practice. Okay. All
Okay,
right,
ma'am.
then. Thank you so much. Good night. Bye
Thank you,
bye.
ma'am. Good night. Have a nice day.